Libra, this is your love and relationship reading for July, and this is for those who are newly dating or their relationship is not yet firmly established. So in the recent past, you may have been looking at the strength of your finances, or maybe you're involved with someone who works with finances. This can be a workaholic, and so either of you may be that. Maybe you're working on some shared financial goals. Maybe you're starting a business together. So you're looking at the strength of your finances. Now, in some cases, maybe this ties to a Leo person, but for others of you, this may be something creative that, brings money in. Maybe you're involved with someone who is an entertainer, or perhaps romance is strongly tied to finances, or you're spending a lot of money on entertainment or romantic pursuits. Someone may be gambling, or there could be some kind of financial speculation or risk taking. So this is about finances and its effect that it's having on your relationship. Now, maybe you're trying to persuade someone to make an investment financially, or vice versa. Or maybe money is something that you don't talk about. Perhaps money tends to trigger issues within the relationship. So this is knowing when to talk, what to say, and what not to say when things come up about money. Maybe someone's not disclosing all of the money that they've spent or what kind of money they have. So with the Strength card, there may be fears surrounding money. Perhaps there's a fear that some venture will fail, or that you won't have enough, or that you'll be judged according to your finances. Or somebody could be bullying or dominating, being aggressive, and using money as a force of power over the relationship, or trying to influence the relationship through money. So financial issues had strong bearing on the past. Now, some of you, maybe there were health issues, and finances went toward supporting health in some way. Could have been taking on the financial burden or responsibility of someone, or spending money because of a health emergency, or maybe there was some kind of lawsuit, or could have been maybe a death in the family, or maybe you're looking at whether you can afford to have children. So whatever aspect of your life that is in focus in connection to this relationship, there's a strong tie to money and financial situations, or there was. Presently, though, you have the Empress and future. So this is a good pull. I mean, the Empress card speaks of, living in a way that feels good, your total sense of well-being, physical pleasure, comforts, having enough. Some of you, maybe you are looking at your finances and because you want to have a baby in the future. So you're planning to have a child, give birth to something, or maybe you're giving birth to a project. Maybe you're giving birth to a new relationship. This is about attracting, and you may be strongly attracting someone in the future, or someone connected to your future. For some of you, there's a tie to a Taurus person. It could be their sun, their moon, or their rising. And of course, this can also represent you, because this card is ruled by Venus and you're Libra. Some of you, maybe this romance is leading to marriage. Perhaps you're going to become a wife, or you're thinking of marrying someone in the future. But the future is important. You're planning something down the road, long-range plan, so you're looking far into the future. Some of you, this is going to be a vacation of some sort that you're taking, something pleasurable. And it's also about the willingness to help, to put in effort, because whatever you want, it does need some of your application of energy to sustain it, to nourish it, to grow it. Now, there could be, an impact on the future if someone is just expecting something to come to them without putting a whole lot energy. This is like expecting that silver platter to arrive. But I feel like this is more so giving birth to something new establishing. So in the future, there's some long-range plans that tie to your health, your well-being, your happiness, comfort, and luxury. In the near future, you have the Ace of Cups and the One. I have to say, thus far, you have the best reading. So there's new love, new aspects of love, feeling a lot of emotion. There's a new beginning here. And you may feel very blessed, very grateful about the turn of events. There's a love relationship that is on solid ground. Something is growing. You may have found the one, and this is the person who ticks off all of the boxes. This is marriage material, somebody worth spending a lifetime with, someone you value highly, someone who's maybe very attractive, and you yourself could be receiving some kind of good fortune, good luck, success, or recognition. So you're going to want to share your goodness with your partner, with those around you. In fact, you'll be compelled to speak out. So you may tell someone that you love them, that you care for them. There could be a declaration of love, a marriage proposal, the birth of a child. So something that is emotionally something that gives you emotional stability. And this is something that is ideal for you. You've got a lot of pulling power, magnetism, high power of attraction right now. Now, what is the archetype that will be playing out in your relationship? You could be playing the role, your partner, it could be back and forth, and either of you could be operating in the light or in the shadow. So you have storyteller. And the light attribute is ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. So some of you, you're sharing, some of you, maybe there's a financial project in the future that brings some kind of great reward to you and yours. Maybe you're working on it together. Or maybe you're just sharing your story with each other, or sharing your love, telling the story of your love to others. The shadow attribute, though, is making up tales that harm others. Now, what is it that your partner could be thinking that you're not aware of? You're not the only one I'm dating. Okay, so that is kind of a curveball. Maybe you're hearing this, and maybe it's true, and maybe it's not. Maybe there's, someone stirring the pot by spreading stories, or perhaps there's more to the story. So let's see what the lesson is. My love deepens with time and experience. I don't know if in the past there were issues of infidelity or some concerns about this, but this lesson here is learning to go the distance. My love deepens with time and experience. And over time in a relationship, we can have a variety of experiences, some of them good and some of them not so good. And learn, if you're with the right partner, of course, maybe you can weather the storm. Your love deepens. That's interesting. Well, your advice card is game changer. So I don't know if you have excellent cards here. The strength of your finances, or someone is not saying something, not sharing everything. But there's a game changer here. Now, in the positive, you are meeting someone new, or maybe you are meeting someone, or you're in an established relationship, and it's going to alter your life. It's going to take you in a whole new direction for the better. But for others of you where there have been some deep issues, it may be that the game changer is you're changing the game. You're changing the way you play the game. You're making more conscious decisions about who you get involved with and what path you want to take. Now, the underlying energy is the ego and the Ten of Pentacles. So with the ego card, ego is being triggered here. You also have strength, so you have two cards that are tied to ego. And it can mean that someone is behaving badly. They've got a big head, they think they're all that, and they've got a small heart. Or there's some ego-driven decisions. Or perhaps there's some things that need to be done or need to be said, but pride is preventing one of you from taking action or taking the necessary steps. It could be that you know that this is a relationship that needs mending. So there's some kind of history here, and it may be a history that's tied to wealth, and this would be generational wealth meant to last into the future. So there may be issues centered around family money, family problems, marital difficulties, finances that are tied to family, arguments over money. It could be legacies, inheritance, any number of things. Now, positively, this is about taking on responsibility toward the relationship, for self, for situations. And maybe, there haven't been adequate discussions concerning money, and you really need to have some talks about what the future holds, what kind of savings you want to build, or what purchases are necessary and what purchases are not, or how does finance affect the relationship, or maybe there's some debt, or maybe there's some disapproval within the family, or maybe there are issues that are going to affect your relationship that are tied to parents and worrying about parents. So you're looking at issues connected to restructuring your finances, family matters that have a bearing on the future. And it could be even disparity in wealth between you and your partner. So you're looking at affluence, financial security, also whether you should be following convention, or maybe you're going to break away and do things your way in this relationship. So you're looking at investment. And for some of you, whether this is actually a marriage of convenience, an arranged marriage, rather than a marriage of the heart. But there is some kind of game changer where either things get much better for you because of the other person, or because you've decided for yourself that you're going to do things a different way.